Chef Joe here for cookingedu.com. Today's lesson is going to cover moist heat cooking techniques. Moist heat cooking includes simmering and boiling, poaching, and steaming, but it also includes combination cooking, which is stewing and braising. Today's lesson is going to cover braising. We're going to do braised lamb shanks with rosemary and thyme. Now if you want to follow with the recipe, go to our gourmet recipe page, click on main course recipes, and then click on braised lamb shanks. Now while you're doing that, I'm going to head over to the kitchen. Welcome back. I have our mise en place all ready. There's our lamb shanks, our mirepoix, which consists of chopped onions, chopped carrots, and chopped celery. There's some flour for dredging our lamb shanks in, some minced garlic, fresh rosemary and thyme, olive oil, red wine, diced tomatoes in their juices, chicken stock and beef stock, and of course salt and pepper for seasoning. So let's start cooking. The first thing we're going to do is brown our lamb shanks. But before that, we're going to dredge them in a little bit of flour, and that's going to help the browning process along. We'll season them with some salt and some pepper. Also, we're going to season the flour with salt and pepper. This is called layering of our seasonings, and it's very important. Everything should dredge them, and you don't have to cover them all with flour. We just want to get a little coating of that flour, knocking off the excess. And this is just going to help, like I said, the browning process. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to our Dutch oven. We're only doing 2 lamb shanks, but if you're doing more, you're going to want to do this, obviously, in batches. Now we're going to let these brown on both sides. That's going to take approximately 6 to 8 minutes. Okay, our lamb shanks are nicely browned, so we're going to remove them from the pot, and we're going to add our mirepoix. Our diced celery, carrots, and onion. The mirepoix is our aromatic vegetables, and they're going to add a lot of great flavor to our lamb shanks. I'm just going to saute those up. I can kind of sweat a little. Great smell, great smell. Now we're going to add our chopped garlic. Let that cook in with our mirepoix. Some salt and pepper. You don't want to over salt or over pepper. You don't want to over season, but you just want to add a little bit. Every layer should get a little bit of salt and pepper. One of the secrets. We're now going to add our homemade beef stock. And our homemade chicken stock. Can of diced tomatoes. Let's give that a nice little stir. It's going to make a great sauce. Our red wine, any red wine will do. I don't use what they call cooking wines. I buy regular table wines. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy a $15 bottle of wine to use for cooking. But you can find some great inexpensive wines and use them solely for cooking. Then we're going to add our chopped rosemary and thyme. They come up to a nice simmer. Return our lamb shanks to the liquid. Make sure they're submerged. Now I'm going to cover them. I'm going to put them in a 350 degree preheated oven for 2 hours, or until the meat is falling off the bone. I'm going to turn them every half hour or so, take a sneak peek at them to make sure that they're still submerged and that all sides get to be covered in the liquid. Our braised lamb shanks are straight from the oven and they're falling off the bone delicious. I thickened the sauce with just a little bit of roux. This would be great served with a garlic mashed potato.